Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a quick playroom makeover. Now, as you can see, this is what the playroom looked like before. It was gorgeous, model worthy, okay, but not practical for my two children. So let's get on into the makeover. Alright, well, first things first, obviously I gotta get rid of all of these decals, and boy oh boy was this a job and a half. I mean, I thought this would take 10 minutes. Heck no, not when it lifts the builder's grade tape beneath it, revealing drywall. So, I mean, the good news is I did use a really good paint to cover up, and you'll see that later in this video. Minimal work to the wall, which is good. I mean, I still did some work, but you know, minimal work all in all. But my kiddos, I mean, we moved halfway across the country, and you know, I needed my kiddos to have their own space that they're used to, something familiar. And so one of the first things we've done in this house is to go ahead and make over the playroom. Now, granted, like I said, gorgeous playroom before. I mean, definitely YouTube worthy, model home worthy, gorgeous, but not practical. The previous owners had one child. I have two. And I also have a girl and a boy, and I wanted to make it so they both felt comfortable in the space. So that's what I did, and I included their choices as well.
All right, so the previous owner to this house did all these stickers, right? Which I showed you in the beginning of me starting to take it off. Unfortunately, the adhesive really made some of the paint bubble up underneath, and it just peeled it right off. You can see the outline of like either artwork they had on the wall or how they mounted furniture to the walls. I think this was like a piece of furniture because you can see the big marks. But anyway, this is what we're going for. I don't have just a little girl, so I cannot have this pink stuff in here, which is why I took all this off. I wanted to make this room more gender neutral. So this is the color we're gonna go with, Air Blue by Bear. I looked at this light one, Permafrost, and then this Air Blue, and both kids really liked this darker color, and I'm only doing an accent wall. So here's a full view of this room. Yes, I have all their toys and crap piled up here. The previous owner did have some bookshelves already in there, and I have way more books than that. So, but I've ordered some curtains. I have a rug that I'm reusing from my previous home. We replaced the cute fixture they had in here with a fan, because if the kids end up closing these doors, you can see how much natural light we get in here. It actually does warm up. So anyway, just wanted to scan, and then I'm thinking about painting this wall blue as well. So we will see. It would come just to like right here. I would not paint this little one, just stop right there. So we'll see what I end up actually doing. Like I said, I have to putty some of the holes there. And then I'm gonna go back and lightly sand over where all the adhesive was, because unfortunately, if you walk up close to this on the wall, some of it's tacky where the adhesive tape was. Like, so right here, you can really see it. You can see where that was. Absolutely, you can see those marks. And it's tacky. So I'm going, yeah. So I'm gonna lightly sand. My husband said, don't wash over the wall, because if I get the walls wet, then unfortunately I'd have to wait another day to paint, and I don't want to wait anymore. I want to get it done. So, and you of course can see where they had things mounted to the walls with whatever they had. It's kind of ridiculous. So that's what I'm working with right now. This is my last set of tape to remove from the wall. So if you're ever thinking about decals, just know that if you ever try to change your walls up, this is what you might get left behind with. Ugh, it's a travesty.
On to more wall prep. Here I am just sanding some of that adhesive off yet again. No biggie. I got through it. So if you see me like rubbing my hand along the wall, it's just me like making sure, yes, that I feel adhesive, but obviously I can see the marks that need to be sanded, but also looking along the way just for marks that aren't necessarily in the wall but are tacky. I'm just lightly sanding over that. You can tell the sanding's made a difference. And I'm gonna be using a paint with a primer in it that's gonna be much thicker, that's gonna cover those up. So it'll work out. Fingers crossed, right? Here I am just dusting the walls after sanding them down.
Time to go to Home Depot and get the paint. I'm gonna spackle. I have this patch and paint that I picked up at Home Depot. There's not very many holes. There's a few. I'll show those to you real quick. So I just tested this product out before, but there's just a few holes in the wall from, I don't know if they were just from pictures or, like I said, mounting furniture into the wall, but I have those. And then there's just a couple little nail holes, but this is supposed to dry pretty quickly so that way I can get to painting. All right, here's the color, Air Blue. It's by Bear at Home Depot. And I did get the Marquee, the one coat hide guaranteed lasting beauty and durability. This has the primer mixed in it, so hopefully it covers up all that stuff that unfortunately those adhesive decals left behind. All right, I'm gonna pour this in and get her going.
All right, here I am just going to town on the painting. That's always the best part of the job. It takes so much prep to get to this point. And then once you get started, you're like, oh my gosh, is it ever gonna end? And then when it finally does, boy oh boy, that end result is just fabulous. Guys, I highly recommend the Marquee Bear paint with the primer already in it. I think I paid $89 for the can, and trust me, I needed it with everything that was going on with these walls previously. It actually covered up all of those marks seamlessly. It's perfect, and it only covered the 2 walls, so just keep in mind how much paint you might actually need for your project.
Getting there. This is how far I've gotten so far. Whoop, closing the door. All right, taking a little quick stop just to show the progress. I'm gonna fix that right now. But, yeah, so far so good, I think. We'll see how this dries. There's shadows from the light and the fan. The fan is not on, but hopefully this dries nice. And if I need to do a second coat, I will. But you can see original color and the blue. I think it looks really good. So there's the outside perspective. My door's closed right there, but that's fine. Looking good. So.
All right, and there you have it, a final reveal of the Playroom. I'm a horrible YouTuber, but rather very new at this, so I apologize. But here you go, the end result turned out wonderful. I know it may not be as model home worthy, but I think it's gorgeous for both kids. Very gender neutral, very practical. And I didn't spend hardly anything to do this, but I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Until the next time, bye.